I'm going to tell you how my day went. I woke up this morning to check the numbers on my music because I do that every so often. Spotify said that I had 666 monthly listeners. Now, a normal person would hear that and be like, oh, that's great. But a Christian's going to hear that and be like, oh, I repeat that in the name of Jesus. I absolutely did think that. But then I stopped and I said, you know what? That is 666 people that are listening to the words that God gave me. So that's a blessing. So I went about my day, got ready, took my dog out. She was taking a little bit longer, which held me up a little bit, but that's okay. Made my coffee, got my breakfast ready, and then I needed to order a Lyft. So I ordered the Lyft, and the Lyft said it was going to be here in like 5 minutes. So I'm like rushing around, didn't get to finish eating my breakfast, packed that up to take with me. And then I'm watching the Lyft, and it literally drove past my street. And then Lyft said, we're finding you another driver. I said, okay, well, at least I ordered it early. You know, I wanted to order it a little bit earlier so that I could get to work. I just started bartending. I want to make sure I get there a little bit earlier so I can open everything up correctly. And Lyft says, your ride is going to be there in 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, at least I ordered it a little bit earlier. So my Lyft gets here, I get in the car, and I'm like, thank you for showing up, because the last person drove past my street. And then he was like, okay. He was on the phone, I guess, with his earbuds, so he wasn't really paying attention to me. And we were like driving down the road, and then he's pulling up to where my job is at, but then makes another turn and goes into another parking lot. And it kind of made me nervous a little bit. Just because, like, there's been a lot of, like, shady stuff going around Nashville with people getting, like, abducted and, like, you know, sex trafficking and all that kind of stuff. And it actually just happened recently with this girl that ran into my job. That's another story you can see on my page. Anyway, I said, what are you doing? My, stop is right there. And he's like, oh, I forgot. Like, what do you mean you forgot? Don't you have a map? Anyway, I was like, let me out of here. And I opened up the door and I got out and I walked over to my job. That made me a little nervous and frustrated, but I got in there and I started opening everything up, and I, put my coffee on the bar, and I was opening up everything I needed to open up. And then there's these windows that connect to the outside of the bar that I had to open up, but I was having a hard time opening it, and I bumped my coffee on the floor, which sucked really bad. But hey, it's not the end of the world, right? Just keep on going. So I continue doing my day, and I'm getting all my prep done and all of that while it's not busy. And we had a few people here and there, and then I had a few customers in. One was drinking a little bit more than what he should have in a short period of time, and I talked to my boss, and they agreed that if he ordered any more drinks, we were going to have to cut him off. So they told me to let them know, and then they would say something. Of course, he did order more I tried to order more drinks, and I had to go say something to my boss, so they came and told him he's cut off. He didn't really seem too happy about that, and I was stocking things up in the cooler, and I saw him talking to another guest that he knew, and that guest told me later on that he called me the B word. Whatever, I've been called worse. I've dealt with worse people. Get mad. I value my job, and I'm going to follow the rules. Anyway, by that time, it wasn't that busy, and I wasn't really making that much money, and I was looking at, the stats or, the shift review or whatever, and I was like literally under $40, and I was like, dang, God, please let me make at least $100. I need to be able to pay my bills. And then it started getting busy. And I started picking up. I started getting customers here and there, which is great, but it did get a little bit overwhelming there towards the end because there were so many people coming in, and I had to close all these checks out before the next shift, and my daughter was blowing up my phone to get a Lyft. So it was a little overwhelming, but I walked out of there with $130 in my pocket, and I was thankful. I came home, I relaxed a little bit with my dog, I took a shower, I'm about to go eat. I'm thankful. I have a home. I have a place where I can sleep and a family that loves me, and I can shower and eat food and do whatever I need to do. The point of the story is that your day may start off horrible. You may have little things here and there that are going to ruin your day, or maybe not completely ruin it, but at least frustrate you a little bit. The enemy is going to come in and he is going to try and destroy you in any way possible, even with the little things throughout your day. But he done got me, because I'm going to go through each little thing and I'm going to find somewhere where I'm thankful. I can be thankful in anything he throws at me. And that's the test, right? If you read Job, it's all throughout that book. And I'm sure every one of us can find little things in our life. I mean, he had it way worse. I don't know, we all do. We've all went through things, you know what I'm saying? And things happen, and there's nothing that we can do to change it. But what we can do is find the blessings in between it all. And that's what you need to do throughout your day. And that's why I wanted to share this story, because I had a lot of really frustrating things happen, but I'm smiling at the end of the day, and I'm